Today, I want to speak on an important issue, and that is artificial intelligence AI is currently extremely well known across the world, and millions, even billions of people are using it. It is being utilized in countless areas of life and is proving to be very beneficial. Similarly, its use in religious matters is also increasing. Through artificial intelligence, a great deal of assistance is being gained in thousands of aspects related to religion. However, there are a few matters, certain specific things that require a little caution, or rather, a great deal of caution. What are they? Many people use different AI platforms, such as ChatGPT and others, to look up the interpretation of a verse, the explanation of a hadith, inquire about a religious ruling, or to gather content on a certain topic. And then they go on to belabor ahead. The point is that in such cases, to trust the information we obtain through AI, to believe in it and to present it before others, how valid or permissible is that? The thing is, based on the experience we have had so far, my personal experience and that of many other scholars, the knowledge AI provides and the information it presents to us is based on an enormous amount of data. It compiles that data on its own and presents it to us in a precise manner. However, it is not necessary that the data, the information, the interpretation, the explanation, or the ruling it provides is in accordance with religion. Let me explain why, so the matter becomes clearer. You can say that AI gathers data from millions of books available in the world and presents a summary to us. Now, if we ask it for the interpretation of a verse from the Quran, it is possible that AI may pull from Qadiani sources or from interpretations written by non-Muslims. It could also draw from deviant sects of the past, such as the Mu'tazila, Jahmiya or Qadariya. It may also use books and tafsir from deviant sects of the present era. Then, combining all of that, it may present a summary before us. So this means that the interpretation we receive from AI may not necessarily align with our beliefs. In fact, it is possible that it could present an interpretation based on deviant beliefs. Similarly, when we ask for the explanation of a hadith, it is very possible that AI may pull information from any sect or any individual, even from anti-Islam scholars who gain expertise in Islamic sciences, then comment on Islam. AI may take information from such sources, compile an explanation and present it to us. This explanation would be misleading. Similarly, when it comes to Shara'i rulings such as prayer, fasting, Hajj, Zakah, marriage, divorce, inheritance, and so on, if we ask a question about any of these, there are books of fiqh from various schools of thought, Maliki, Shafi, Hanbali, and Hanafi. Now, even if we specify clearly that we only want a ruling based on Hanafi fiqh, within the Hanafi school of thought itself, there are often multiple opinions on a single issue. One Hanafi scholar or jurist may deem something permissible, while another may deem it impermissible. So, when AI compiles and presents a response to us, we don't know whose opinion it's presenting. Is fatwa given on this point of view or not? Is it a reliable opinion? Is it the most preferred view or not? Therefore, if we trust and believe in such interpretations, or believe in the explanations of hadith provided by AI, or act upon a ruling given by it, there is a real risk that in many cases we may fall into misguidance and may even end up treating something haram as halal. And if we pass that information on to others, then we will also bear the sin of misguiding them. That is why the pious predecessors have said something very beautiful. Imam Muhammad ibn Sirin rahimahullah said, "Inna hadal ilma deenun, fanduru amman ta'khuduna deenakum." Indeed, this knowledge is religion. So be careful about whom you take your religion from. When he said, see whom you are taking your religion from, it means, is the source reliable? Is it authentic? Can you trust what they say? Can you rely on their words? This is extremely important. Similarly, if someone prepares a speech using AI, then even in speech preparation, based on my experience so far, AI often brings up many points that are either unnecessary, incorrect, or at the very least, not appropriate in our context. To present such points as they are would be wrong, even if they do not carry a specific ruling in Sharia. Or if we ask AI to present something in a story-like format, it might present a verse, a hadith, or a narration in such a way that, Lord forbid, it creates a bizarre situation, one that may not even be suitable to mention. These are all the reasons why it is necessary that anyone who seeks knowledge or information through modern tools must either have a way to verify it or possess enough expertise themselves to authenticate or refute what the results are. This is why in many AI videos where the benefits are discussed, it is clearly mentioned. Do not use it to treat your illness, because the treatment it suggests for your condition might actually lead to harm. You don't know under what assumptions it generated that response. Only a doctor can treat a disease. However, if a qualified doctor uses AI as a tool and based on their own existing comprehensive knowledge derives something useful from it, that is acceptable. The same applies to experts in every field. Specialists may use AI for information, but they must then verify it using their own knowledge and experience before presenting any final conclusions. The same applies to religious knowledge. There have even been times in my own experience where I asked for a few Quranic verses related to a particular topic, and what I received included ahadith instead of the Quranic verses. And not only that, the ahadith were labeled as Quranic verses. In fact, a few phrases were included that weren't even the Quranic verses at all, or words from different parts of the Quran were combined and presented as a single verse, even though it wasn't a verse. Now, someone who's memorized the Quran would recognize this. Someone familiar with a specific verse might catch the error, or a person who goes to the original source will verify it. But someone who doesn't know might end up presenting something that isn't the Quran as if it is the Quran. The text, which isn't a hadith, could be stated as a hadith. Interpretations that aren't actually tafsir might be presented as tafsir. Misguided interpretation from Mu'tazila might be stated under the label of the Quranic tafsir, even though that is an alteration, not a true interpretation. The same risk applies in matters of Shari rulings. Therefore, we must exercise great caution when seeking religious knowledge through such platforms whose authenticity has not been confirmed. When there is a high chance of errors at every step, it is a highly sensitive matter. Just as it is necessary to convey a correct Shari ruling, it is equally necessary to seek the ruling from an authentic source. Now, those who take such information and act upon it themselves are at great risk of making mistakes in many areas. And for those who pass it on to others, there is a warning regarding them. The Holy Prophet ﷺ said, "Whoever issued a ruling without knowledge, the sin of the one who acted upon it will also be upon him." There is another hadith, "Whoever gave a jurisprudential verdict without knowledge, that is, he stated a Shari ruling, the curse of Allah Almighty and the angels is upon him." So it is fine to use AI for beneficial worldly tasks, but in religious matters, one must exercise the utmost caution when using it. This should always be kept in mind. May Allah Almighty grant us the ability to act upon this.